The main tenets and the name of our religion written in Hebrew is that it is the most ancient alphabet in the world. And this symbol represents our belief that we are living things dwelling on a perfect nature with its own logic. We are human beings living on a perfect planet. However, we have greatly altered the process of our planet, causing us to be in danger of being guilty of our own destruction. It is for this reason that we seek that human beings connect with the internal self and to understand that nothing that causes suffering to another person will be valid. And then understanding that the earth has its perfect way of acting and we must adapt to its cycle and flow at its own pace. The main tenets are: believe in the power of humanity and in the ability we have to achieve everything we set out to do. The human being has the ability to evolve, improve, and invent, and this has been demonstrated over time, as the first civilization began until we reach where we are right now. We state as the most important principle of our religion the value and consideration of humans. Knowledge of the internal self. Every person has a particular view of the world. Nevertheless, humans are joined in our religion by reaching the acceptance of the inner self that will connect us to everything. Cooperation. We can truly say that sadness and happiness are universal languages. Therefore, nothing that causes pain or suffering in another person will be accepted, and we will always promote cooperation between human beings. Inclusion above all things. Here we do not judge anyone. Here we come to understand that we are all different human beings with different preferences and abilities, and nothing will be reason to discriminate, neither race, nor gender, nor any variable. We will be friendly and aware of the environment, our roots and our only home. The nature has a way in which everything flows perfect, and we have been altering this from a long time ago. So that is the reason why now is the time to change and return to our beginnings, from the very first moment when the earth was born. Adapt to its cycle and flow at its own pace. This religion doesn't have a ruler. Instead, it has some kind of a founder. His name is Mr. Nobody has proofs of his existence, but there are several stories about him and his messages. He's very connected with the universe and nature. He wants to encourage people in the world to give their best potential and get the best human beings inside each one. There are several activists who promote it all around the world as public figures, screen icons, and opinion leaders. As the religion gets bigger, there are more and more people who accept Mr. Ohm's beliefs and declare him the founder of this religion. People who want to join this religion must go through a 5-day retreat outdoors, where they will get their soul purified through meditation and constant connection with nature. Their diet within the retreat will be food provided by Mother Earth. After the retreat, they will be considered part of the routines and will start the path of learning the constant encounter with their internal eye, respecting nature and decreasing the consumption of animal flesh. It is important that everyone that practices this religion does not take the commandments as a rule, obligation, or must do, but as a personal duty based on their own beliefs, because everyone that practices this religion gets identified with it in every aspect, and therefore the religion's values match their personal values. The Om is the sound of the universe. It means the unity with the Supreme. It is about the combination between the physical and the spiritual. It is the sacred syllable, the first sound of the Almighty, the sound from which all other sounds emerge. The main figure of this religion is the Om energy. The religion roots has a horizontal structure. Nobody is more than anyone, and there is respect. After Mr. Om, it comes the apostles of Om, chosen people that have reached the great level of meditation. They decided to follow the path of Om. They live in the houses of Om and distribute it throughout the world. They are in charge of the people curious to enter this religion. carry out annual events and festivities, and coordinate the place in the forest where monthly meetings are held. Then there are the followers of the religion, the Rutians, people who approve the retreat, attend the meetings every month in the forest, and are looking to learn to flow with the rhythm of Mother Earth. Our God is considered a powerful and supreme energy. It is called the Om energy. This religion differs from others because it doesn't worship a person or entity. There is this cosmic energy around the entire universe that controls the perfect timing of things, and only those who are connected with this supreme energy will follow the path of a joyful, grateful, and positive life. The most important celebrations in this religion are 21 of June, the Day of the Sun. On this day we celebrate and express our gratefulness to the energy that comes from above, in this case the sun. The celebration starts with a ritual in which everybody should give at least 15 minutes of the day to express an inner mantra to the sun. 22 March, Water Day. For us, it's so important the water because it's the vital resource for life in the earth. And because of water, we can survive and have a balanced life. So that's why we celebrate this day, expressing while we take a shower the mantra of water. 21 September, Peace Day. In these days, we commemorate the peace, which we are trying to achieve between societies and also with nature. We do it with a nice mantra calling for peace. There is the myth of Mr. Om, an entity that is considered the supreme energy of the entire universe, the energy that created everything and that gives the perfect balance to things. Many have tried to personify it. Some claim to have known it, but most consider it an energy too powerful to compare it with a physical body. And there is also the myth of the destruction of the planet Earth, in which it is detailed from how earthquakes, floods, and other disasters will end up affecting the planet Earth due to imbalance in the energy of the planet that can be generated by the bad intervention of the human being. This religion has the main belief that everything is a cycle, and that everything was created with energy, a giant energy far above all things we know, and this is why everything that occurs naturally has a perfect functioning and year within the system. In the beginning, this energy gave life to the whole universe in which we find ourselves, a grain of sand within the immensity. Energy flows constantly and things have a natural process. Evolution occurs in an orderly manner without human intervention, and once humans arrive, they are considered the best creation, since the level of energy that we have inside of us has the capacity to change the course of things, and that should be in a positive way. The energy is transformed, and the energy never dies. So, starting from that principle, we understand that we are in a physical body, which is our way of transportation during our time on Earth. And we also understand that this physical part doesn't define what we are. That is why we believe that death does not exist as such. It is simply a detachment from the physical body. However, as the energy we are, energy we attract. And if our passage through this earthly world was filled with actions with negative energy, such as causing suffering of any kind to another person, or harm to nature in any way possible, then the destination will not be very pleasant. But if, on the contrary, our passage through this world serve to inspire good, help people, and maintain a balance with nature, then our next destination will be full of things that will reward the positive energy with which we did things on Earth. The followers are constantly increasing as more people identify themselves as spiritual but not as religious. People that get to know the principle of this unique religion start to read the root of all, because of their curiosity and interest. The book is called The Root of All, in which it is explained where we came from and how we are supposed to act. Most of all, it is a guide that gives teachings of how we must be as individuals and how we should interact with things in the universe. This book is written by the apostles that are considered the leader group of Mr. Om religion. They have been guided by the Om energy to know their perspectives and the correct way of thinking. With all the teachings and principles gathered, the apostles were inspired to write The Root of All. Every 10 years, a new apostle becomes part of the Root's official leaders and becomes in charge of modifying or writing something new.